Hi everyone, thank you for joining me for another week of story time. I'm Mr. Garrett, and we're going to get started with our weather forecast. So you can get your weather felt pieces ready and we'll do the weather together. So the forecast for Thursday morning this week is supposed to be really sunny. So you can get your yellow sun, put it up in the blue sky, and sometimes during the day we have white puffy clouds, sometimes we have storm clouds. We had a lot of rain and thunder earlier this week, but Thursday morning is supposed to be just blue sky. But look outside and see if you see any little clouds floating around, because sometimes there are a few. And we need, as always, our trees. And get your tree and your branches out. Have that growing out of the ground with all the grass down here. And what are we missing from our branches? During the summer, what do we have growing out of our branches? Leaves, yeah. So we need a bunch of leaves. So put those up there in the branches. Some nice shade on a sunny day. And that's our forecast. So look outside the window and see if our forecast came true and if you have to move anything around. And you can use your weather window every day. Just look outside the window, and if it's raining, you put some rain. If the leaves start to fall down in the fall, you can change it around, and just tell the weather every day. All right, now we're going to do our story. Alright, so the story for this week is called Oona. So Oona is the name of the main character, who's right here. Can you tell what kind of creature Oona is? Looks like she's under the sea, and she has a fin right here. Yeah, she's a mermaid. And she has a couple of friends here, too. She has a little furry sea creature called an otter. That's her friend right there, and a little baby tiny guy right there. A little sea turtle, yeah. This book is by Kelly DiPucchio. She's the author. And the illustrator, the person who did the pictures, is Raissa Figueroa. Alright, let's see what this book is about. Special thank you to Katherine, Tegen Books and HarperCollins Publishers for letting us read the book. Ooh, we have something kind of cool in the background here. Look at that. What does that look like? Looks like a sunken ship. Maybe they're going treasure hunting. I don't know, that's my guess. Let's see. Oona was sweet and a little bit salty, like the ocean where she lived. She was also brave and curious, like most treasure hunters. Ah, we were right. They're hunting for treasure. If you look here, this is her room. This is where she hangs out. And look, there's a table here that kind of looks familiar. Looks kind of like a surfboard. So it looks like she found a bunch of things that sunk down to the bottom, and she made things out of them. When Oona was just a baby, no bigger than a scallop, she chased a pearl into the mouth of a whale. Lucky for her, she popped right back out. Can you see where she popped out of? The blowhole. She's doing a flip. Looks like she's smiling though, she's having a good time. As the years passed, Oona found bigger treasure. And even bigger trouble. It's a good thing she has Otto. So what do you think Otto is? One of her friends? Let's see. Yeah, little otter. Oona rescued Otto from an oyster net when he was just a pup. She taught him tricks like sit and roll over and walrus. Oh, he reminds me of a little doggy, but I've never seen a dog act like a walrus. And her favorite, pufferfish. Easy. Can you do your best pufferfish impression? Just like fill up your cheeks with air like this. That's what pufferfish does. See. Oona and Otto searched for treasure nearly every day. They uncovered keys and coins and buttons and bottles. Sometimes they even found lost gold. Ooh, so this stuff has a bunch of stuff growing on it. Can you tell what this used to be? Look closely. Looks like a car. Yeah, how did a car get to the bottom of the sea? And sometimes lost glasses. Ooh, look, they have some stylish glasses on. Ooh, it's really dark here though. Look. But there was one special treasure Oona could never quite reach. You see it down here? What is that? Ooh, a crown. The crown. It was extra sparkly in a way that made Oona's heart thump. But the crown was stuck deep in the rift, and not a pole or a pail or the sticky stick of a snail could get it unstuck. Still, Oona was determined. She's gonna keep trying. Let's see, she's gonna try different plans. Let's see. Her plan was a good one. She'd knock the crown loose. Unfortunately, the current shifted. Ooh, the way that the water was moving changed. The lobster crate and rock drifted. Oh no, they moved. And the squid, well, see for yourself. Can you see the squid here? The tentacles are here, and look what it left behind. Bunch of ink. Ugh. It's hard to say who was more surprised when the water cleared. Oona or the shark. Whoa. They both look very surprised. Her third plan most definitely would have worked if the crabs hadn't been so crabby and the waves hadn't been so wavy. Oh. So the crabs are not being cooperative. And if that long ship plank hadn't bumped her head hard, oh no, before the greedy rift gobbled it up too. Oh no. There's the little crab. And look, all the bubbles are kind of moving in an interesting way. That must be how the current's moving. So water is always kind of moving in different ways. Let's see. Poor Oona. It's really dark in here, huh? Can you see her? She's laying down here. This was getting personal. She shouted into the pit. "You can keep your dumb crown. I quit." Generally speaking, mermaids are not quitters. But at this point, one could hardly blame her. Yeah, she's been through a lot today. Yeah, how do you think she's feeling after all those plans didn't work out? Kind of frustrated, huh? Yeah, probably like, I don't have any ideas left. I don't know what to do. Instead of looking for treasure with Otto, Oona napped on the rocks with the sea lions. She drew pictures in the sand like with a starfish, and she read from her favorite glass bottles with her land friends. Oh, look, so she's on the beach, at the beach. All of this would have been perfectly fine, except Oona wasn't perfectly fine. Clearly, she was missing her spark, and a mermaid without her spark is like a seagull without an appetite. Unnatural. She's thinking, Yeah, so she lost her spark. She lost that special thing that she's looking for. A seashell washed ashore. Oona studied it thoughtfully. It gave her an idea. Look, can you see the seashell? Yeah, it's kind of long and spirally, and she's looking through it. She's examining it through the glasses, through the bottles. See? So I wonder what her plan is. She got right to work. The next day, Oona peered nervously into the rift. She looked in. Why did it look so much deeper and scarier than she remembered? Ooh, look. What did she make out of the bottles? Can you see? You have the little red circles over here, and look. She's wearing them. She made goggles out of them. That was a smart plan. And they have the shells. I wonder how they're going to use that. Let's see. Otto pretended to be a narwhal, making Oona laugh. Admittedly, the new treasure hunting goggles she'd invented were funny looking. But they were also her best shot at reaching the crown. Alright, they're ready. Let's see. She dove to the bottom of the murky rift. That's when Oona noticed something she couldn't see from above. A bridge. Can you see it? It's kind of dark, but look. There it is. A bridge made from a crate, a rock, and the very same plank that had plunked her on the head. Oh, so the plan that didn't work before when everything kind of fell down kind of created a new opportunity. And it led straight to the crown. Okay. But what was that rumbling sound? It grew louder and louder. The ocean floor shook and the water around Oona churned into a thick stew of swirling sand and sea creatures. She couldn't see. She felt trapped. Would the hungry rift gobble her up too? Oh no. Through the commotion, Oona could hear something else in the distance. It was faint, but comforting and familiar. Can you see them? Who are those guys? The whales. Oona sang along until the rumbling stopped and the water cleared. Finally, This was her chance. Oona held her breath. Ready, steady, aim. Oh, she has the shell. Let's see. All right, so she's aiming for it. Is she gonna get it? Hooray! She got it. Oh, finally. She's been working so hard to get that. We did it! Oona cheered, placing the crown on her best friend. It really is beautiful, she gushed. But these, she said excitedly, holding up her new goggles. Look at those. These are spectacular. Otto agreed, because sometimes the best treasure in the world isn't found, it's made. Ooh, she created her own treasure with her invention skills. The end. Wow. Nice. So Oona was working really hard. Sometimes you just need to take a break and do some relaxing things and then go back to it. And sometimes you discover new things that you didn't see before. Cool. All right, so now we're going to do our craft. So you can get your materials out. If you don't have one of these, you can get a piece of paper and some crayons. You can also get some scissors and glue together. We'll do the craft together. So in your packet this week, you'll notice that you have a couple of different colors of pieces of paper. You have a big blue piece of paper and a couple of these smaller black pieces of paper. So I figured we could make a picture of some sunken treasure down here. So pretend that this is like the rest of the ocean. This is the top of the ocean up here, where it meets the air, and down here is the bottom. So first, I'm gonna just draw the bottom of the ocean. Just draw a bunch of sand and mud down here. And you can do whatever you want in your picture. Think about how you want to make your ocean floor. So he's got a brown crayon, just kind of drew across there. And I'm gonna make the black pieces of paper into things that are at the bottom. So I was thinking maybe we could make some big rocks. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna cut out just kind of a shape of a rock. It doesn't have to be an exact circle, but it can be if you want. Or it could just be kind of like a little lumpy shape like this. Like that. And do another one here. Just cut it out like this. Alright. And now I'm gonna just glue this one down. So you can watch me first if you want and then decide what you want to do. I'm just gonna put some glue on this side. Have that be a rock. And then I'm gonna have another rock here, but I'm not gonna glue the whole thing down because you know what? We're gonna hide something behind this rock. Then we can lift it up like that. So I'm just gonna glue the very bottom like that. So leave most of it unglued. Just gonna glue the very bottom. So this one's glued down, but this one's not. So now I can just fold this back like that. Like that. Cool. And now we have our ocean floor, we have our rocks, and we have all this water. And now we have to decide what we're hiding down here. So we could have a crown, like in the story, or it could be a favorite toy, or it could be just something that's in the ocean that you like to find. So I'm gonna make a sand dollar. I think I want to have that be the cool thing that we discover. But you could do whatever you want to do. So you ever found a sand dollar at the beach? They're kind of cool. Yeah, they're a circle and they have this cool design on top of them. They're like flat little, they're almost kind of like shells, but they're not. They're kind of like a different material, and they have kind of like a little shape like that. And they're really cool to find on the beach, especially when you find a whole one like that. So that's my hidden treasure, but you can draw whatever you think is hiding behind the rock that you'd want to find if you were a mer person discovering something underwater. And now let's add some neat details in the water. I'm gonna add a bunch of seaweed just kind of floating up top up here. That's usually where plants in the ocean are. They're at the very top near the sunlight. Let's see, I'm gonna add a bunch of little krill, the little little tiny sea creatures that a lot of whales eat. See a little swarm right there. So you can keep adding details. You can make a little otter. You can make some fish. Just keep adding. You can make up some mer people, and then if you want, just put a bunch of treasure behind the rock, and that's our activity. So if you want to bring your artwork into the library and show me, I would love to see how it comes out. So I hope you enjoyed that activity. So next week we'll be back at the same time, 10:30 on Thursday on our YouTube channel. We'll have a new book and a new craft activity. So starting today, you can stop by the library to pick up some craft materials for next week. And hope to see everyone really soon. Stop by the library and say hi, get some books to take home, and I'll see you all really soon. Take care, everyone.